Hi friends, it's Editing Courtney. Just wanted to drop in and say you may need to click your YouTube settings and change it to 4K because the lighting's a little bit wonky in this video, but enjoy. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Courtney. I am a stay-at-home mom, wife, and aspiring author, and it is time for a little Friday flip through. So, I have my planner set up for September. This is my main planning system. It is a Moterm Veg Tan in apricot. And I use Franklin Covey compact size inserts. So I don't think much has changed with my pocket setup. This I think I just had on like a piece of laminate and had punched it in, but I just took it off and put it in here because I thought it looked super cute. And all of the like pattern paper is just scrapbook paper from Michael's. Well, it was like a paper pad. So yeah, nothing has really changed as far as my monthlies. I think I moved them closer to the front. And I just use a basic month on 2-page insert. It is functional. I will add some deco. But yeah, here we are, September. Not too much going on so far, but yeah. I also took out my notes section, and I will talk about that in a second. But so I just have like a little sticky note hub, family photos that are falling out. Purpose is my word of the year, and then I have another just like yearly overview printout, more sticky notes because can you ever really have too many? No. And then my next section is my goals section. So I have I kind of like pulled it together from a couple different inserts, but I have not done my August review yet. And it's like, I think today is like the 3rd of September, maybe. I need to get on that. I'm behind. That should not come as a surprise to anyone. And then this is just sort of a trigger list for like a monthly setup or your monthly planning. And it came in this like goals bundle. This is my vision board. I made it on Canva and just like resized it. That is a photo of my husband and I. And then this is like where I actually break down my goals. So I have my goal categories. And then I have Q3, so July, August, September. I have not filled it out yet. Then I had all of my action steps for July. I have my August overall goals, action steps. Have not done my August review. And then this is my September. This is sort of my action steps for the week. I have most of my goals like on sticky notes, but I haven't plugged them in here, and I need to go ahead and do that. These are task management inserts from PeanutsPlannerCo, and I just whited out like the task management part. And let's see, I have some mind mapping inserts in here. Just for like project planning. And this is like a yearly overview where I kind of mark off like days that I'm not available to like write or do anything with YouTube or any of that. And then this is where I track my progress. I really fell off in August. I think I did an amazing job in July, and then I don't know what it was about August that I don't know. I'm like low-key disappointed in myself. But here we are for September. I haven't finished like filling out the stuff that I am tracking, but at least I did have it set up. And then I just have enough of these in here for the end of the year. These are also from PeanutsPlannerCo. These sticky notes, I think I got these at Dollar Tree, but I like them because they're like big and I can actually like get a lot of information on there if I need to. And then this is my like actual planning section. This is also where I have made some changes. If you have watched any of my other videos, you know that I have been using this insert. It is a week on 4 pages, and I had it custom made by Crafective Paper. So I had like my weekly overview, just kind of like a high-level overview here, space for like to-do list notes, and then I had my timed weekly on the inside so that I could do my time blocking, and then just space for notes on the back. And it's not like this wasn't working, because it was, except for the weeks where like I did nothing. But I am trying to figure out kind of what I want to do for 2026, and there's like a whole conversation to be had on like why a lot of us are so like stressed out about 2026 in August or September. But that is for a conversation for another day. So anyway, I'm really trying to figure out like what I want to do in terms of my planning for next year. And even though these were working very well, the thing that I love about printables is I had these custom created. I have the file. If I want to go back into them, I can. It's not a big deal. But this month I am trying something different. So I do have this wide, I think it's called the wide checklist from PeanutsPlannerCo. I'm just kind of brain dumping all of the stuff that needs to happen in September. But I am using this insert. It's also from Crafective Paper. They are one of my favorite insert shops. They have a ton of Franklin Covey compact size inserts, if that is the size that you're planning in. They also have like all of the other standard sizes. But I love this because I get like a to-do list on the side. I still get my timed weekly, and there are boxes up here. You could put your meals in, you could put workouts in, you could put appointments that you don't want to forget in, and I might end up doing that at some point. This was my first week using it, so I'm just kind of testing it out. So this is what it looked like for this week. My son didn't have school on Monday or Tuesday. And I'm filming this on Wednesday. So I'm testing this out for September to kind of see how I like it, because I have a few changes that I'm thinking of making. So I have these printed out for the month, and then we go into my daily section. I am a weekly and a daily planner, so I am using the same day on 2-page insert that I used last month. I don't remember where this is from though. But this is how it looks so far. This is today. And I really like this. I enjoy having the extra space for notes and whatnot. So I'm going to keep using these through September. I also have a day on one page inserts, and I don't have a problem like switching them out. If I feel like, oh, not really utilizing the extra page and it will save me space to just have a day on a page, then I will swap them out. Another thing that I love about planning in my rings. So I have the entire month of September punched and ready to go in here. And this is my tracking section. And I just have all of my same trackers in here. So my gratitude log and my blood sugar log, and then this is like my routines and like my own personal routines and habit tracker here. So I have enough for the rest of the year. And then this is like my sleep and my mental health tracker. So here we are for this month. And then, yeah, I have my like yearly tracker. It is like a symptoms log. So I have that medication log, more symptoms. And then this is kind of like my hobby log. I hope it didn't get too dark. The sun is like going in and out. And I don't know if I can change. Okay. I hope that you can see this. I'm fooling around with the camera settings, but so yeah, this is just kind of my hobby tracker that I record whether or not I'm reading, whether or not I'm doing my tarot practice, gaming, any sort of creative hobby. And then this is just like a more in-depth health log. I have one for me, one for my son, more family photos, and then this is just my personal section. So it has like passwords, like a spending log, an order tracker, contacts, all of that kind of stuff. So my setup hasn't really changed too much, but I have been keeping a little bit of a planner secret. So I did the one thing that you're not supposed to do when you're happy with what you're using currently, and that is flip through old planners, right? So I have been flipping through my old Stologies, my old Hobonichis, and I wasn't like taking this with me. Part of the reason is because, and this like, even as I'm about to say it, I know how ridiculous it sounds, but I don't like the way it fits in my current purse, which is like such a silly, I don't know, it's such a silly thing to be bothered by, and it's such like a first world problem to have. I completely understand that, but I am currently carrying like a Coach like bucket bag, and it like this sits so far down in my purse that it's not easy to get out of. And then there's the whole, like, you know how the inside of your bag is dark and whatever. And so I have not been taking it out with me. And because I was like nostalgic and trying to figure out what I wanted to do for next year, or these are all of the things I was telling myself as I clicked add to cart and purchase this. So this is Hobonichi Weeks cover. It is a Moterm cover in apricot, again my favorite. I bought this on the buy sell trade Facebook group, got a really good price for it, not complaining about that. And so I decided, because they were marked down, that I was going to try out the Sterling ink. This is the N2, which is their like weeks size. The reason that I wanted to try it out, number one, is it's Hobonichi season, right? And I was trying to figure out if I wanted to get a weeks just to have and kind of toss in my bag. However, I was also thinking about like my journaling, like my personal journaling, which I have done before in a standard size. I've done it like in a B6 and in an A6, because I had like a Hobonichi Techo for a while that I was using. And I like that, but I also like the idea of it having like a calendar and being able to go to take with me on the go. So I got the N2 in the horizontal, which is like the very similar layout to the weeks, but I got the full year because you get 300 and something, 364 pages in it. And I wanted to see if I would use it or liked using it for journaling. So I got it. I think I've only had it for a couple of weeks. I did go ahead and back plan and put at like all of our appointments and stuff on the monthly since the beginning of the year, just because I like to have that with me. And then I started planning for the rest of the year in here. And then I didn't really like go back and plan anything. I've been using the extra weeks as like notes pages. I think I did plan all of August. So I went back and kind of filled in stuff for August. Not too much, but this is the week that I actually started using it, which was last week. I'm really enjoying being in a weeks again. This is this week, so I am putting my meals over here and then my exercise over here. My thought is getting another one getting the N2 for next year and using it as like my health tracker and my journal, as long as I have a monthly that I can use to schedule things, keep track of appointments, school stuff, all of that I can do on the monthly. And then I can use this like I used my standard last year. I feel like last year I was very diligent about tracking my weight, logging all of my symptoms, tracking my workouts, my moods, all of that. And this year I feel like, since I had kind of reached like my weight loss goal, and I just have not been super plugged into that part of my life anymore, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself, and I definitely don't want to get back to where I was and have to like struggle to lose the weight all over again. I really would like to keep it off because it was not easy. So that is kind of what I was thinking of doing with this for next year. I am not sure currently. We'll kind of see how it works out, but I am enjoying being in this size again. I did use the extra pages because I obviously didn't start it until August for like lists and stuff, which is why I took the listing section out of my personal rings, and then I have kind of set it up for September so I can put a master task list here. Just did a little deco here. I drew out a month on 2 pages so that I could put a meal plan here, and then I am using these pages as journaling, and I am enjoying it so far. I have it set up for this week and we'll kind of see how it goes. I'm loving being able to use my fountain pen to journal, using stickers, all of that stuff. So this is what I have been grabbing and tossing in my bag, and it just is a little bit easier to carry with me than this one is. I don't need, like if I'm out of the house, I don't really need my timed weekly because I already have like assigned myself, you know, the time for something. So if I'm out of the house and I've blocked off like from 9 to 11 to run errands, then I don't need it timed in this book because I know that's why I'm not at home. So I just need like an overview of what I need to be doing. And I don't need to like take my goals with me when I leave the house, and that sort of thing. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know why I was like, oh, let me flip through all of these bound books and see if I like it. Because of course I like it. Like I like all the things, which is why I have to like rein myself in and stop myself from using 25 planners because I'm not a busy enough person to do that. And having all of the books actually gives me a lot of anxiety, which is why I have been so happy in my rings. I think I am the most efficient when I am in my rings. I am the most focused in my rings because I know that I don't have to, or not that anyone has to decorate their planner, obviously, but I don't feel compelled to make it look a certain way because I'm just like in here trying to get the things done. So yeah, that is a little bit of my planner confession, and we will see how this whole thing plays out. But if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. Turn on your notifications, and thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I will see you in my next one. Bye.